Hello everyone, this is the first part to Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's get started. When you open up PowerPoint, you will come to this screen. So in Microsoft Word, you create documents. In Microsoft Excel, you create workbooks. In Microsoft PowerPoint, you create presentations. So if you look here at the first option that we have, it's asking if you want to create a blank presentation. So let's do that and let's check out the user interface. Now that we have chosen a blank presentation, let's go over the user interface. And similar to Microsoft Word and Excel, PowerPoint's user interface is very familiar, right? Because at the top here you have the file name. If you go over to the left, this is the quick access bar, and you can add other quick access items to this quick access bar by clicking on the drop down option, and you can add a new or open or email to this quick access bar. If you go down from the quick access bar, you'll see the tabs, and within each tab is the ribbon, right? So right now I'm in the home ribbon, and in each ribbon there are groups, okay? And in PowerPoint there's the slides group and the drawing group, okay? That are in the home ribbon, and within each group are the tools, right? That are related to that group. If you go down a little bit, this is the slides tab. Okay, so this will show you if you have more than one slide. It will be right here. Right now, I only have one, but and it's only showing one. If I have slide one selected, and on the right hand side, you'll see the slide where you can make changes and add or format your slide. If you go down uh, to the bottom of PowerPoint, you'll see the status bar, okay? And the status bar will tell you some useful information. For example, it'll tell you how many slides you have. Right now, I only have one, so I'm on slide 1 of 1, okay? If I have many slides, okay, you can quickly look down here and you'll be able to see which slide you're on. If you go over to the right hand side, you'll see the views and the layouts, right? Right now we are in normal view, okay? There are other views that I will cover in a little bit. And then there is, if you go over to the right, the bottom right, you'll see the zoom levels here, and you can zoom in and out, okay? Next, I want to cover saving, opening, and closing a presentation. So if I want to save this presentation, go to the File tab, and in the File tab, you'll see Save and Save As. And like I said before, if you want to update your presentation, you choose Save. If you want to save a copy of your presentation, you will choose Save As. Since this is the first a new presentation, if we choose Save, it will instead say Save As, right? Because now we have to create the first copy of our presentation. If I want to close this presentation and work on a new presentation, I can choose Close to close this presentation. If I want to open a new presentation or open an existing presentation, I can click on Open, okay, and it'll list presentations that you have recently opened, or you can browse, okay, and then you can navigate to the folder where you have your presentation. But I suggest you just open a presentation from your folder in File Explorer. I want to show you some of the views that might be useful to you in PowerPoint. First, to get to the views, you will go to the View tab. And the first group right is the Presentation Views group. And right now we are in the normal view. And this is usually the view that we will be on when we are working in PowerPoint. Uh, the other views that are available is the slide sorter view. So I have a presentation open. Let me click on slide sorter, and you can see all the views, all the slides, I'm sorry, that I have in this presentation. And from here, you can reorder your slides. Okay, so to do that, you can just click and drag it. Okay, and this view gives you an easier way to reorganize your slides. I'll show you another way to reorganize your slide when you're in the normal view. Okay, but in this view you can see mostly all your slides. The other view that I want to show you is the reading view, and it's right here in the presentation views as well. If you click reading view, it shows you a quick preview of how your presentation will look like when you are presenting your presentation. Okay, instead of going into presentation mode. Okay, and you can go to each slide or to the next slide by at the bottom right here, going to next or previous, and you will do a quick preview of each slide without going to starting your presentation. And these are some of the slide views that I think that will be useful to you. There are others, but we will not cover it in this class. If you want to start a brand new presentation from scratch that you will be creating yourself, you can choose a blank presentation. But I do recommend you use the themes. And if you look at all the other options here next to the blank presentation, these are some of the themes that PowerPoint gives you. And if you want to see more themes that are online, you can choose themes right here. And it's kind of tiny, but let's choose themes. And it will load up more themes from the internet that you can choose from. And themes is just a fast way to get you started in PowerPoint, to making your slides look really nice when you are starting. So let's choose a theme here. I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to choose the theme that PowerPoint offers, and this gallery theme. And from here, once you choose the theme, you can choose the color scheme of it or the variant of that theme. And you can choose this one, or some might have more variances than others. I'm going to choose this one. I like this one. Once you have chosen your variants, you can choose create, and you will have your theme applied to your slides, and you can start working. Now that we have chosen a theme, let's take a look at our slide. So on the slide tab, you'll see your slides. Right now we only have one slide, and we can see a little preview of it right here. And once we have that slide selected, we can add to the slide right here on the right. Right, we can work with it. And if you look, it has this box that says click to add title, and then this other smaller rectangle that says, or box that says click to add subtitle. Okay, these boxes are placeholders, and what that means is that they are only there to hold a place, right? So you need to click this box to add a title, and you need to click this box to add a subtitle. And you don't have to click this box to add a subtitle if you don't want to. Okay, and the reason why is that in this slide you can see the placeholders, but if you are to give a presentation, it will not say click to add title, right? Uh, and to know that, if you look at the slide tab over here, you'll see slide 1, and as you can see in the slide tab for slide 1, you don't see click to add title, right, or click to add subtitle. You only see it here when we select slide 1, because these are only placeholders. If you want to add text to your slides, all you have to do is click in the placeholder. So it says right here, click to add title. I'm going to click in this placeholder, and as you can see, that text is gone, but it has given me a blinking text cursor right here. Okay, and this one, for this presentation example, we're gonna do it on fruits of Asia. Okay, and I'm not gonna add a subtitle. That will be my title slide. Now, if you want to add a new slide, okay, there are two ways. You can click here in the slide tab in a blank space. You can click and you can choose a new slide. Okay, and let me choose it to add a new slide. Let me undo that by Control Z. Or you can go up here in the Home tab in the slides group, click New Slide, and from here you can choose a layout, right, for your slides. It will have the same theme but a different layout. For example, let's choose this title and content tab. Sorry, title and content slide layout. And as you can see, this slide layout has click to add title here. Okay, and then on the other placeholder it says click to add text, but it's bigger, right? The box, you see the box is bigger, and it has these icons, right? And these icons, you can add graphics, okay, to your slide, or you can just click to add text. But you can change, let's say you don't want this layout, you can change the layout by going back to the Home tab, go to the slides group again, and you'll see this option that says layout. Click on that, and from here you can change the layout of your slide. Okay, so for this, let's just add a title first, and then we'll change the layout and so that you can see it. So for this, I'm going to add the first fruit. I'm going to add coconuts. Okay, and I'm going to click off of that just to accept the changes. And now if I want to change the layout, I can change it while I have already edited the or added text to the slide. So I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to choose, let's say I want to choose comparison. Okay, I'm going to choose comparison, and as you can see, coconut is still there, but it has added the other two placeholders, right? Or if I want two contents, or if I want something else. Okay, so for this layout, it's the content with caption, and as you can see, the title is here, and the contents, the other placeholders are here, right? So don't worry about your layout. You can always change it later. I have gone back to my title and content layout, and from here I'm going to add a picture, right, to my slide. To do that, just click in your placeholder. So it's the second placeholder that I have here, and now that I'm here, I can choose from the icons here, right? This little group of icons. You can insert a table, a chart, smart graphic, or pictures, or online pictures, right? So I'm going to choose the one that says pictures, because I have already downloaded a picture that I want. So I'm going to choose pictures, and just navigate to your folder that you have your pictures. So in this case, it's coconuts for me. So select the picture and then click on insert, and you will insert your picture. Now you can move your picture by just placing your mouse inside your picture, and then you can move it, okay, anywhere you want. You can also resize your picture. So just like Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, don't resize it from the side, right? Drag from the corner, okay, to resize your picture. And from there, you can move it again. And that is how you insert a picture into your slide. Next, I want to add another slide, but I know that I like this layout, and I like where my picture is, okay? What you can do is you can duplicate your slide so you don't have to start from the beginning, right? I know this is a very simple slide, but let's say, for example, you have spent, 5 minutes on this slide and make it really nice, to add change a lot of changes to it, and you want your next slide to look almost the same, right? You can just duplicate the slide. So let me show you. To duplicate this slide, you can just right click on the slide, right? So I'm gonna duplicate slide 2. I'm going to right click on slide 2, and you'll see a drop down menu, and you'll have the option to duplicate the slide, okay? So I'm going to click on duplicate slide, and now that I have my slide here, I can change, right, the name. I'm going to go to coconut, and for this slide I'm going to choose bananas. And in the picture, you can just change the picture by clicking on the picture, okay, and then changing it, right? So you can right click in the picture, and then you'll have an option that says change picture, right? And you can choose it from there, or you can go up here to the home tab. You'll see shape fill. You can click on shape fill, and then you can choose picture to change that picture. But let's just right click the picture, and we'll change picture from there. I'm going to choose it from a file, and I'm going to click on my bananas, uh, and choose insert. And as you can see, I didn't need to resize my picture because I made a duplicate of slide 2, okay? So that's how you can quickly add another slide and quickly work. You can duplicate multiple slides, and to do that, you can click on in the slide tab. You can click your slide, right, or select the slide that you want to duplicate. And let's say I want to duplicate slides 2 and 3, okay? Now that I have slide 3 selected, I can press shift, and then I can click on slide 2. Now I have both of these slides selected. I can right click on one of the slide and click duplicate slide. And as you can see, I have duplicated both of these slides, 2 and 3. And now I have slides 4 and 5, the exact same copy. And I can start to edit it or to change, right? So I want to show you how to delete it, okay? And it's very easy. You can just select the slide that you want to delete. Once you have the slide selected, you can press delete on your keyboard. So let me press delete on my keyboard, and that will delete a slide. Or you can right click on your slide, right click it, and then you can choose from the drop down menu delete slide to delete that slide, right? So I'm going to choose delete slide, and that will delete the slide. And that is how you delete slides. I'm going to create another slide here. So to do that, I'm going to duplicate slide 3. So I'm going to right click on slide 3 in the slides tab and choose duplicate slide. And in this slide, it's going to be my mango slide. I'm going to click on the name, select it, and choose and type in mangoes. And then I'm going to change the picture. So I'm going to right click on the picture and I'm going to choose change picture and choose from a file. And then I'm going to choose my mangoes picture and I'm going to click on insert. And here is my mango slide. If I want to, but let's say I want to change the background. Instead of having this white background, okay, I want to make this background a little bit more interesting. You can do that as well. And to do that, you will have to go to the design tab up here. So let's go to the design tab. And all the way to the right hand side, you'll see format background, okay? And you can click on that and it will bring up a menu right here on the right hand side, okay? Some options, okay? And you can choose to fill out the white background with a different color, or you can even choose a picture to fill in that background. So for this one, let's just choose a color. Okay, so I'm going to choose, let's say, a bluish color. Let's choose a little darker. And you can choose your gradients to be and change here, or you can choose a solid color, okay, solid fill, or you can choose a pattern fill, okay. It is up to you. There are many choices and you can play around with that to see which one you like. And that's how you can change the background of a slide. If, for example, I make a mistake and let's say I move my picture or I've moved my my text, my title, if you make that mistake, don't worry about it. Okay, let me show you how to reset that back to where it originally was. So of course you can Control Z, okay, to undo any changes. But let's say I didn't see it, okay, and I come back later and see that, oh, I moved it right on accident. You can reset your slide, and to do that you will need to go to the Home tab, go to the Slides group, and then click on Reset. Okay, and that will reset your slide to the default for that slide layout. And then from here, now you will have to resize your mangoes, right, your picture again, and then put it in the middle. And that's how you can reset your slide to the default layout. What if I want to add multiple pictures to a slide? Let me show you a way to use guides to organize your pictures in a slide. So let's duplicate slide 4. Okay, so I'm going to right click on slide 4, choose duplicate slide, and then for this one I'm going to do three fruits, right? So I'm going to choose, I'm going to say other fruits, and I'm going to right click on the mangoes picture and then choose change picture, choose from a file, and I'm going to choose, let's say, the dragon fruit, and I'm going to click insert, and I'm going to move it over here to the left hand side because I'm going to add two more fruits. There's a couple of ways to do that. You can choose, you can go to add more pictures, right? You can go to the insert tab and then you can click on pictures, and then you can choose to add a picture, right? So let's add the jackfruit, and as I insert, and now that I have inserted the jackfruit, it's too big, right? So you will have to resize it. I'm going to drag it from the corner, and I have my jackfruit here. Now the other way to add a picture is to go to insert again, and then you can choose shape, okay, and you can choose a shape, okay, to add a picture to. So for this one, I'm just going to choose a rectangle, but you can choose other shapes to add a picture to. I'm going to choose a rectangle. I'm going to draw the rectangle. And from the rectangle, okay, now that I have the rectangle selected, I can right click and then choose fill shape. Or now that I have the rectangle selected, go to the tools, the drawing tools ribbon, and you'll see the format tab, and you can choose fill shape. It's the same option as this one. So I'm going to choose fill shape, and I'm going to choose picture, and then I'm going to choose from a file, and let's just choose the pomelo, and then I'm going to click insert. And now I have my third fruit, right? But let's reorder this so that it looks a little nicer. So I'm going to put this fruit over here on the right hand side. I'm going to size it the way that I want it. Okay. Now if you look, if I move it around, so let's say I want it right here. Okay. Now let me make these two the same size as that one because I want my slide to be organized. You can use the guides. So let me move this this second picture right here next to the third one. And as you can see, now that I have it next to it, okay, you can see a red guide right here, like the red dotted lines at the top. That means it's in line with the third picture, right? So that's called a guide, right? So use that to organize your pictures. So let's do it to the first one too. So I'm going to make it resize it. Now I'm going to drag it, and as you can see, now that I have it next to the second picture, you can see a red line, and that's the guide. That means that now all my pictures are at the same position from the top, right? And let me just move it over here to the left, and I'm going to move this one a little bit over. And now if you look, let me click on the second picture. You can see the two red arrows. Okay, that means that now all of my pictures are spaced equally. Okay, in my slide. So use those guides to help you organize your slides and position your pictures in your slides. Now that I have finished my presentation and I have finished working on my slides, I can reorder my slides in a couple of ways. Okay, so you can earlier I showed you that you can go to the view tab and then go to the slide sorter, and from this view you can sort or reorder your slides if you want. Let's say I want mangoes to be first. Okay, I can click and drag mangoes, right, which is slide number 4. I can drag it to be slide number 2, right, in my presentation. Okay, another way to reorder. Okay, so let's get out of the view tab. Let's go back to normal view. And another way to reorder is right here, straight from the slides tab here, right? So let's say I want mangoes to be back on slide 4. I can just click here the slide in the slides tab and then drag it down to be slide 4. Okay, so either way that you do it, it is okay. If you have a lot of slides, it might be best to do it in slide sorter view, but a quick way is just to drag your slide here in the slides tab. That will be all for the first part of my introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. I will see you in the next video.